So there's 303 bullish stocks in the high cap 1000. That's based on my scanning criteria. I'm going to unfilter that. And let's look at some of the biggest weekly gainers. So it looks like we got one that's up. Biotech company. As always, biotechs are usually your biggest winners and biggest losers. Now that to me looks like a buyout. I wonder if that was rumors and then the buyout happened. Let's check the news. Let's see what happened. A couple days ago, which is probably not going to be in that. Might be. Kind of follow with me as I try to read through this, see what happened on this stock. The downgrade. Crazy considering. Might have to check another source. I don't know. 3 days ago, it should be in here. Right here. Oh, yeah, duh. There's a buyout. Duh. This is the one. We literally just spoke about it probably last week or the other day. But this is a buyout. Biva, ABBV agreed to basically buy them out for $45. And you see the run up to that. So that's great. Whoever made money in that, congratulations. Especially if you bought down here at 19. 100% gain in 2 months. That's a really good gain, ladies and gentlemen. Good job if you were in it. As you can see, it's over the years, it's kind of been up and down. Those are the swings we would have tried to capitalize on over the 200-day. But regardless, it being a single biotech, we would have not been in it. You don't trade single biotechs, they're too risky. Usually you end up in more of these to the opposite direction and going up. Our next, and it's up 30% for the year, even with that. So our next weekly winner is going to be 25% in Robinhood. I know I've just seen something in my news feed talking about Cathie Wood was basically loading up on Robinhood. I don't know why, but whatever. I mean, this thing has been under the 200-day, can't hold the 200-day, but that thing has been ripping. Look, since it was oversold here, 42%. To see if there's any news out there. I mean, we'll see a lot of insiders selling some shares around this time. Could just be raising some Christmas funds. Who knows? They're introduce a crypto trading platform in the European Union. Let's just see what there's any other news in that. See here, that open up the same thing. It could be on the Cathie Wood stuff. Who knows? And launching the crypto thing in Europe. I'm just trying to read some of these other ones. Whatever. So we would not have been in that mainly because it can't hold the 200-day moving average. I don't know what its PE is. I don't like the platform at all. PE is -12, so I don't know if it's making money or not. Price to book's close to 1. Not that overvalued. Have to dig into the earnings because if the company's not making money, I really don't want to. I like to see a decent PE. And here we spoke about this one well, I want to say last week, because it's been breaking up. As soon as it hit that, started busting through that upper Bollinger Band. And then it gapped up pretty good right there. Let's see what happened with that. And I've seen a lot of insiders, like I said, that time of year. I don't care about any of that crap. I don't follow insiders, ladies and gentlemen. I did a while back, and we could get into that. But just because the insiders buying and selling don't mean the stock's going to move a certain direction, ladies and gentlemen. Actually has no indication of that whatsoever. All types of reasons insiders can buy and sell stocks. One reason they can't, that'll get them in big trouble, is for insider information. I've seen one company, still comes to mind, I've shown before. This guy has been buying this stock for as far back as I can remember. I'm sure it'll be in here. Yeah, CEO buys more. Like this is, the CEO's been buying this stock for as far back as I remember. And you can see the stock, it hasn't been doing well. Like he's just trying to take control of the company. Who knows? But if you've been on this ride just because the CEO's been buying the stock, hopefully one day you will lock in some profit. Back to here, we were. Let's see what happened here. So we got some upgrades. Just price target. The strong cute. Okay. So it had a good earnings report, it looks like, and it's getting some upgrades. But it's not one we'd be in, ladies and gentlemen. It's been under the 200-day. As you can see, for a long time. I mean, this thing was 65 bucks up here and it's down to 24. That's not a healthy chart for me. Nothing I want to hold going down. If the PE starts looking good and it starts trending above the 200-day, we may take advantage of some of the swings. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always opportunity out there. Don't think just because you weren't in one of the biggest weekly winners or losers. Well, you don't want to be in the losers. This is one of them. Take a look here. NSO Group Holding Limited. And it just broke down below the 200-day, but it's got an ugly chart overall, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. PE's 29. The company's making a little bit of money. Price to book pays a pretty strong dividend. That's correct. You have to check your brokerage account to verify it, but price to book's about 7. But as you can see, when it crossed over the 200-day moving average, right, you give it 1 or 2 swings over that, and then you start taking advantage of the swings. Now there's not a lot of room in those swings, so well, I take that back. There's a lower price stock, so that would have been a 17% swing just from right there. All right, when you hit these overbought conditions or oversold conditions, I've been at 10% in 5 days. So you can easily been trading that stock. All right, hit oversold right in there. We held that till it was overbought. Probably been in that area, 18% in 20 days. Now here it set lower highs and started hitting some resistance right there, ladies and gentlemen. That should be a sign that, hey, maybe it's a little overbought. And then looking at or overvalued, looking at the price to book being 7. Not really a strong indication, but you're following investor psychology right there, ladies and gentlemen. Right, it pulled back the oversold position, couldn't even rally back up to the overbought right away. And look at this, people are selling it before it even gets overbought. So yeah, that breakdown is something easily could have been seen. The more you look at stock charts, the more you come in and study them, the easier you're going to be able to tell what's going on with the company as far as investors are concerned, as if it's time to get out. Of course, under the 200-day, we're out. No questions asked. This is the second weekly loser. This company, man, you get a lot of people probably buying this in the $70 range. Crazy. One as high as that. Let's see, the high on this sucker was 93 bucks, and it's down to $6. Ladies and gentlemen, if it doesn't have a 200-day moving average or a chart pattern for you to tell what's going on, I stay away. We're going to skip that one. It's down 12% for the week. Who knows? And here is oil and gas company that's been breaking down. Couldn't even hold the 200-day. Probably one of the most bearish one in that sector. It looks like, just by looking at it. Could be wrong. Another biggest. This is a bullish chart. One of the been a biggest loser for the week, down 12%. And as you can see, buying in the oversold, selling the overbought on this, 35% in 16 days. Good swings in it. It's oversold again. You know, you're going to see that show up, but we would have not been in it because we would have took profit here, and we'd be waiting for right around here to enter. Now, this company, I don't know if they're making money. I've heard a lot about them. The PE is quite high. Price of book's only 10, which won't close to 1, but you don't follow fundamentals until we look at the stock chart and it's bullish, and then we check into the earnings, make sure the company's making money and stuff like that. All right, so now let's do a scan real quick. We already got set up down here.